Transgender community.
Partner leaves on Thursday. So I'll be back now for a little bit. So he's back. We shall see. Rain is super big. We want the 7 months.
Alphabet Mafia.
Excited to back around now. Yeah. My nephews are part of this whole trip, Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, right up the wrong spot.
Trans kids.
Cat and a dog, and they're generous. They're generous. Loving you on your back. What dusts me off, I would do when my...
That's what we always say, is they're sharing.
Kids. Because I do. I know. Yeah, come.
Someone's asking, we have more somewhere in a bag. Yeah.
I can do it. All right, thank you for that. I mean, for where?
Now this side's so dry. The dogs.
My wife is here.
Loitering.
Oh my goodness, I was gone by then. Remember, are there more of those? Are they in the Trader Joe's? That's right, I had a blue before.
No, I promise I have more. Look at
Literally holding the bag. We stole hers.
40. We have more.
Houdini.
Anybody else need one of these?
My street value.
I could even.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of people there just came.
Oh, I forgot.
Excuse me, I have more things for you. You guys don't want this? Oh, they didn't want that?
Yeah, same
Like that plaid color?
Here you go.
like it?
In case you need to walk anywhere by yourself. You can flag down any of our peeps in a high-vis vest, or you can call this number or text the number, and they'll come walk with you. You're welcome. So you don't have to walk to your car by yourself. Nobody has to walk anywhere alone. You can text that, and one of our safety team folks will come and walk with you. Okay, here you go. No, no one is. Absolutely not.
Really old.
Still kicking.
If you want to ride on the shoulders, we'll do that too.
You can flag down anyone in a vest, or you can.
Hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. Once we get in here, we're all just, I think, going to be groups of unique areas out here. I imagine there's already relative terms, but I think so. Yeah. I mean, we'll create United. I know. I don't get around like so much. They're like running out the door.
I sit around the stove and I told my husband, I was like, it needs an hour. Timer's on.
And I'm like, okay. And then I get to the
And she's trying to do work. I'm sure she was that one. Because the consequences too, it's her.
Oh, I don't know. It's never been
He always seems so tired. I'm like, it's 6 o'clock at night, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, maybe he's the same.
Thank you. Here,
Love it.
Oh no.
That was like 40 people.
It's a tiny room. But they have the common corridors, and then they'll have it. If you want to sneak into it, and they'll like go and have them up there.
So how do you sign up?
They'll have slips up there.
But we can't go in, can we?
You can go in to speak. They'll call you in for your comment.
Oh, but how do you sign up if you have?
They'll have a table out there.
Oh.
Yeah. Once you get into that courtyard, they'll have a
Can't hear you back here. What was
Oh, okay. So they're full inside. Sorry, I don't mind being loud. So there's no more seats inside available, but the security guy is still going to bring out the speaker slip cards. So they'll come and let you in to speak. But they will be streaming on this TV here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about. Yes, that's exactly right. Thank you for saying that. I agree.
That's the 500K donor recipient.
You've already signed.
I
Anybody
did?
like to sign a petition to help clean up our school libraries? We want a committee to review books that are sexually graphic. Okay, so you're in favor
Actually,
of
that
sexually
doesn't. Freedom of speech does not cover dangerous material to children.
graphic? Heard that.
No, it doesn't.
Oh no, freedom of speech does not cover it. You're right. What
It
you're
does
saying is
not.
true. So, I mean, schools have the right to be able to regulate what's in their library.
They not only have the right, they have the moral obligation.
Sure do. Yeah, they do.
Good.
How are you?
Hang in there, you know? Never left that gate.
I also want to say that transient children is child sex abuse, not just sex with them.
This person here donated $400,000 for against public schools. I don't know what he's doing here.
No,
Just so everybody knows.
It's for school choice.
Which is
for
defunding.
privatization
No,
of
it's funding the
schools.
student, not
Defunding
the
public
administration. Not the administration.
There is an appalling lack of knowledge in civics.
Yes, there is. I know. So I'm just gonna.
I'm half the age of most of these people, and I know more than they do.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I have loose men here, all three interested in kids. Weird way to spend your time when you don't have to.
There's nothing wrong with being a concerned citizen.
We can order food in here, huh?
I don't know.
We don't know her. We don't know her.
And they're all like lining up. Get their name on there.
We call that oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, have the green card. Raise your hand if you'd like to part of the agenda or community item input. I'll no. Anyone else? Anyone else? Make sure you mark agenda or community input.
Do you have a pen? Do you have a pen I can borrow?
I used to be a head coach.
Do you have a pen I can borrow?
Yeah, I was the head coach at Citrus a while ago. I'm gonna go check. Everyone else with a green card.
Good.
Ready for the green card. Yes, no, okay.
Is this a public hearing?
Yeah, so it would be community input, I would say. Yeah, community input.
Thank you. Gender transition children. Well, so who do I turn this in?
I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure it's him.
Is that Joe?
That would be community program. It's not on the agenda. So there's like certain times where they'll have like discussions.
Yeah. Everyone done with the card.
You're welcome.
He's coming through. Oh, thank you, sir.
What is the topic? Is it
Sometimes they ask what board
I'm
you're
against my thing.
do we
Here
write
you
the
go.
topic?
Oh,
I didn't. Do we need to write the topic up? What does it matter? That's good enough. I think that's it.
Any other green cards, please? They have some right there at the table. Any other green cards?
So did you see Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah,
What'd you think?
like it. Good movie.
So, what's your take on gender transitioning kids?
I think it's bad on here today.
Same.
No, I know.
When did you graduate from high school?
I'm in high school now. This year.
You seem to be a pretty level-headed. Most people your age support it.
Yeah.
I'm 35 years old. I didn't have to deal with any of this shit in my childhood or even in my 20s.
Yeah. It's not.
Everything started spiraling out of control when I turned 30.
Yeah. It's bad. I've came to a few school board meetings here, so this is my first meeting.
This is my first school board meeting, but I go to city council meetings all the time.
Yeah.
And Denise Davis hates me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get her recalled. Unfortunately, only residents in like District 1 can sign it.
Yeah. We
What district are you?
District 1, I believe. Erin Steffen ran, so you know her? No, yeah. I helped her. She ran for school board.
All right. Give me your email and
Yeah, I know.
my brother will get in contact with you and get you to sign. Did you see how she on March 21st, how she said that anyone who's not who hasn't declared themselves to be a full-time ally 24/7 of the LGBT community is guilty of oppressing and abusing the LGBT community here in Redlands?
Who said that?
Denise Davis?
I did not. I haven't gone to a city council meeting. I've been more focused on the school board.
Yeah, she actually said that. It was when they were trying to make an amendment to permanently fly the pride flag, and she said that anyone who is not who does not declare themselves to be a full-time ally is guilty of oppressing and persecuting the local LGBT community here in Redlands.
Yeah.
And logically, that includes even people who are neutral, which is why you can't really be neutral because there's no such thing as neutrality, you're either for or against. And that also includes children, if their parents are against the LGBT community or...
Especially because they don't know.
Right. So basically she said the whole city is guilty of persecuting LGBTQ people.
I don't think they're letting us in they didn't move it to a larger venue. They're not letting us in the building, so apparently it's not big enough.
I don't know if they're gonna let me in with my shirt.
Oh, they will. Did you sign up to speak?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
Freshman in high school.
How many people do you know in your age bracket that are against this?
Very few, probably 10%.
That's very sad.
10%, yeah.
Because as soon as you do, then you're also opening yourself up to allow
Michael Pazner?
more hateful things.
Michael Pazner?
That's what I understood.
Michael Pazner. Is there a Michael Pazner here? Pazner?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not a kid right now.
And the woman, I think she might have surprised her. Title IX. And I'm like, this surprised me. She didn't know how to answer. They're like, we were passing it out and stuff, like they did. right thing up because we don't
You
want
have
to
to
go wrong.
choose. So I was get back. I completely understood his position.
So, are your parents Christian? Were you raised in a Christian household?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
That's probably why you're against this.
Yeah. Christian my whole life.
You go to Trinity?
No.
I thought I
No,
saw.
yes.
I thought I saw you at Trinity Church.
I went to a meeting there for a local conservative group.
Sage? Sage here?
So,
Sage? Yeah, Sage here?
That guy over there is giving me the creeps.
what?
That guy over there is giving me the creeps. He looks like Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, most of the people here are like that.
Any completed green card?
Anyone tell you ever look like Mark Ruffalo?
No.
I look like Mark Ruffalo.
When you're finished, with me, I'll bring it in for you.
Old news though. Very old. That's very old news. That broke locally over a year ago.
Yeah, but it's still happening.
It's still happening. No, most of us are here to support the LGBTQ community. Yeah, getting hammered by protesters. We're here to speak.
I'm sorry. It's
You guys wouldn't be getting hammered if you just keep your business to yourself.
I gather some of answers why they're here and see that.
It's not like and we thought everyone was here for the same topic, but then we learned that there was multiple more passionate issues tonight. I was like, oh, I don't know if we have any of the people. You guys just want to do like first name or first name and last name? Does it matter to you?
When you look at that, I needed to balance the color of the film.
Oh, you want me to wipe?
It's over.
Got it, okay. It's a photographer. Right, I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. Your first and last name is Ashley Randall. Y-R-A-N-D-A-E-R. And then what grade are you in? I'm a junior, so 11. And it was school? And then how about you? Christina. K-R-A-S-T-I-N-A. Last name Tell me why you guys here tonight and what happened.
Okay.
Sexually harassed by his last the school kind of made it go away, but he passed it off to the sheriff and he's got to follow up on her. That's not right. So you just have to see how she's doing. Very upsetting. It happened at that time, and now towards the end of last year, and then had to just be out. She's speaking out. Time right now. There's a lot of eyes. She wants to and then unfortunately, no, but he lives right down the street. And the best part is he's next door neighbor. My best friend. So it's terrifying going over to her house knowing that he's right there. It's not easy to get fired. To our knowledge, yeah, he was put on leave, to our knowledge. And so, yeah, we don't know what else is on this order because actually I reached out to the sheriff and said, hey, would you like an update? And then the sheriff's like, we are waiting for the DA to continue their investigation, but it's been a whole year. Like, what's going on here? This man is bumping, he's crazy. The middle school that my son, our son goes to at, we see him on a daily basis. And he's just living the best life. He told me just whatever. No, well, the part of the fact. It was like, I thought he was a cool teacher in the beginning because he was in animation and I wanted to try to pursue his career, but then it all took down. He just started out complimenting like my amazing legs, my curvy back pocket. But as far as saying that was chill, I wanted to do that with me. Especially back then. Right? We just love I'm to go through even with the worst. It is terrible. It's just awful for somebody in a position of like power. So for you to take advantage of you and be young girl, they would say that he had access to my parents' phone numbers, my phone number, our college around. Everything. It's time to stop around here and just contact the school and let them know what's going on. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I mean, I know your mom was saying you wanted to something like this happened. Have you heard of it happening? One of my friends tried to shut the door the year before.
We have to look for you.
Get my spotlight.
Here, go ahead. You filled out a card.
Look. Hey, no matter what happens tonight, so cool.
Once again, if you're good on the card, be prepared to come in.
Alright, you're allowed
Please don't make me look for you. Ready, please?
I'm sorry?
Thank you.
I told him that he was going to ask if he would come with me, so just stand with me in front of that. I'm sorry to feel that. Did you?
No, that's why I said.
You're doing the same thing?
Yeah. Mr. Choir for just
What school do you go to, Rev?
Yep.
I went to RHS. 2006.
No, I have to stay.
None of this shit was happening when I was in high school. At least it wasn't happening openly.
When I was staying,
Come a long way since then.
Times changed, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. It's just life.
Times change because we have a bunch of people social engineering us.
Oh, that's it. People change. That's humanity. You just got to deal with it. Move on. Nothing you can do to change it.
You write a speech or you're just going in?
I'm going in.
I said he's in school. So they just shook hands and looked again. I said, and you're not gonna change it. You speak your truth. Yes. Yes. He would find like not an hour and have to go. Well, you gotta go first. But you I said I will always say that. That's my grandson. I said you'll be there, but I'm sure you knew about it. And what did they tell you?
We were Danica, so then explaining about something. Let's go.
And I don't mean to say that I'm 100%. Yeah. Like, get out there.
Well, your hat is wasted, huh? Oh my gosh.
It's an old hat.
No. Down when you had a little bit. But I,
Oh.
yeah. Like this down.
This is a 2016 original.
Wow. I have one, but it's totally perfect. Have a nice evening.
Thanks.
I've been
got green hair. She drives for Red Falcon.
Train?
No, I drive for Red Falcon.
Oh, you're right, sorry.
The class, the class.
Yeah, I
say my friend.
somebody throws a lot.
I bought it when I dropped it. Back to the homework and it's not getting it out right
Why I teach Spanish part and I teach French. I like to
Oh, the terrier? Yeah, isn't it a terrier? That's neat that they have that.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that it's a RHS pride shirt. Yeah, it's cool.
It'd be community.
Yeah.
Community. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry. You're fine. Hey, you. Respect. I'm the advisor of the club. At your sister's school there. The dog. The dog place.
One of our students, like, years back, designed this, except it was a different, like, flag, I forget what it was, first black, brown, and so we had, I know you. We did that, I got a black around there too, so it was fun. Yeah, and I think
What's the name?
so they suggest sexuality as a solution. So you can have it's how we do it. Yes, it was really fun. And I said, you know, we were discussing this first
I'm serious. Yeah, we do. Okay. Here. Can if I can just find it. Okay, you know what? I don't want Insta actually. Okay. But I'm the commissioner's grandma like she's got somebody with
How anyone can't see that this is all social engineering is beyond me. Without the media, without politicians, without all these woke corporations shoving this bullshit down our throat, I don't think we'd be having these debates.
Yes, yeah. Oh, no, this is kind of connected. How many people want our advisors? Yeah, this is 1,000. Oh, that is RHS. Oh, it's on. Yes. Yes, because we have good branding. We have kids, we have sippers. I don't know, it's just kind of fun. We have teachers who
I know where this is going.
Friday is the day and help. I should have brought you a
But I was 21.
I had a few with Corpus, but they're different than you, and I do not think you are sisters. So. Yeah. The message there, just say hi. You don't see it. I think they had one. I'm sure it's coming too. She's gonna be like this. Get her my way.
Once you kiss her off, it's like,
My daughter's calling.
Just instantly tell me your role in it, and I'll try to find out the club, and I'll try to find out the
How many of these have you gone to?
5 or 6.
And have they all been related to stopping the transition of children?
Yeah, last time I brought some books from our library and I showed it in the meeting and went kind of viral. So that was what I did last time. This time I'm talking about the binding.
Did you know that for bottom surgery, if a man gets bottom surgery, they used to cut the penis off, right? Well, they slice it down the middle now and to remove the testicles to create a fake vagina, and then because because you can't use it anymore, not just for sex, but you can't go to the bathroom with it anymore.
Yeah.
They insert a catheter through your stomach.
Oh yeah, that's gross.
I know, but people need to know this.
Yeah, they do.
People need to know this.
Yeah.
Like, and we're promoting like
Ladies and gentlemen, we turn the TV this way. That way more of you can actually see it.
what's that? Does that mean we go over there then?
Yeah, you can, yeah. But if you're, like I said, you're still speaking, like if you're in the front, you're right here.
So if we speak, we can speak in front of the TV?
No, you still come inside. You mean you can speak in front, but nobody will hear.
Okay.
Say yes.
Kind of like sitting at home by yourself. We just want to make it easier for you guys to see, that's all.
Ah.
But how would we get through here?
Well, if it's time, we just walk here.
Yeah, but it's time to talk.
Yeah,
I'll come and get 5 people at a time.
Yeah, you'll know in advance.
And I'll come and announce, and then we'll just come around.
For a woman who gets bottom surgery, they remove the entire uterus, like they do for like a woman who has uterine cancer or something. They remove the entire uterus, and then they take flesh off her thigh or back, sometimes from her small intestine, and they make a fake penis out of that. Like, how can you not say that's not body mutilation?
No.
I've been deep diving into this for the past few months so that I know I can better understand what I'm opposing. What was your name again?
Braxton Foley.
Braxton?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
No, you cannot sit on this.
I have a YouTube channel too. Media Maniac 666. What's your YouTube channel?
All right, I will take roll. Michelle Redler, present. Alex Barra.
Gen Z Page. I think I've heard of you. Wait. I think I saw you. You were one of the. You and that one kid from RHS. There was a kid who. I forget his name, but there was a kid who wasn't allowed to graduate because he spoke out against this.
Yep.
And I saw you there.
Yep, I was there.
Not in person, but I saw you there on YouTube.
Yeah.
Next up, we have no student trustee report. We have no student trustee today. And we will move on to board committee reports. Mrs. Runner, if you want to go ahead and get started, now that you've funded us. Yeah.
Try to get me.
clubs at each high school are looking for ways to get more students interested in joining. The goals of Compact are to seek to develop, extend, improve, and foster positive relationships between businesses and qualified high school students in order to accomplish the following: educate students about careers to enhance their decision-making ability, educate students about hiring practices, and encourage in students those intangible characteristics that are necessary for success in most jobs, such as commitment, initiative, punctuality, and concern for performance. Any 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grader who might be interested in joining Compact Club for the coming school year, contact the advisor at their school or any current member of the club. All are welcome. Compact Awards night will be held on May 22nd from 6:30 to 8:30 at the location to be. Thank you. You want to go ahead and go into Ready's educational partnership?
Can I ask a quick question? And I'm watching here from what schools are there?
It's some Rev, and it's the Rockford kids are going to be doing this, and some kids from CD possibly. I didn't get to do the other one. Are you going to do it?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah. Yeah, so tomorrow night and the next night. So yesterday and today, and tomorrow, okay.
Gay lasers, gay space lasers.
So for the Veterans Educational Partnership, Triple Academy for the summer program will be from June 18th to the 28th of July. RUSD's ELOC program will again offer scholarships to students. Go to Triple Academy website to register for the full or half-day program, so it's a great program. And at that time, preparations were underway for the Wizards basketball game. That was on the 22nd of April. And also, on that Friday, Marine players from the team went to elementary schools to show their basketball skills and just entertain the kids. Evening of Appreciation is on May 10th, and the Arts Alive Student Showcase will be also on that night. I personally wish to thank the board for all that they do for our staff and schools in their needs. Without the support of organizations like that, we would not have the money to be able to have some of the programs that we do throughout our district. And I want to thank Ken and all the teachers and staff who participated in the Wizards game. You helped the money come in for rec, so we can send it back out to schools. Thank you very much.
I like your shirt.
Thanks.
Yeah, I include gender transition doctors in that. That's what I came here to speak out against, because I see no difference between the football coach who rapes a 14-year-old girl.
Excuse me, sir. We're trying to listen to
I see no difference between the football coach who rapes a 14-year-old girl and the gender transition doctor who transitions her to a boy or transitions a boy to a girl. There's no difference.
Sure. Well, they're both unhealthy for children, for sure.
They both need to be sex crimes. And I think if you advocate it, you should be on a watch list too.
I had an interest in the interactive app for the Parks and Recs. Commissioner Adam Hedden began that app about 3 years ago, and a lot of the students in the schools wanted to continue it. And possible action regarding the recommendation to the City Council to approve the security fencing
How do you... Ooh, I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need to include child gender transition as part of the sex abuse.
Yeah, I think so too.
And there's no difference between the coach, the football coach who rapes a 14-year-old girl or boy, and the doctor who transitions them.
Yeah.
Like, both are sex crimes. I think both need to be life in prison or death.
Hey, Amber, take all the pictures you want, Amber.
What district are you in? Because me and my brother have a city district. Because me and my brother have a petition to recall Council Member Denise Davis.
I'm not in hers. I'm in Patty Houlihan's district. I think
And
that's 3.
I forgot I was gonna bring my brother's petition, but like I wouldn't get very many signatures because almost everyone here is in support of the LGBT community.
Yeah, exactly. That's, you know, they are out here, they just come and try to intimidate people. They try to prevent people from speaking. That's just what they do.
One guy, did you hear one guy? I was asking if we could speak in front of the TV, and he's like, yeah, because he didn't want me to speak. But the TV is just so you can watch them out here. You can't speak in front of it.
Amber, did you get I live here a little
Do a few things to share with the board and with the community. Mrs. Stevens is our all right, let's go ahead and take us to that first picture. It was a week for me on my first full week, as well as our students. Last on Friday, the Optimist Games were held at Redlands High School. For those of you that aren't aware, Optimist Games is an opportunity for our special needs and typical students to come together in athletic endeavors. And if you've ever been motivated by watching students take part in very activities, this will be the event to see. So it was wonderful as hundreds of athletes participated, and watching parents be able to see expressions and children.
Are you with the news media?
Was absolutely rewarding. I want to thank all the schools who participated with this, and our Director of Special Services, Patty Buckner, and her department for putting this on, because it's quite an endeavor. I was able to attend the Hope of America Awards put on for the Kiwanis Club. What a great group of individuals that is here in Redlands. And we were able to honor 4 students from Franklin, Judson Brown, Ladonia, and Highland Grove Elementary for the recognition of leadership and academics. And so congratulations to these 4 students here. The Lego Education Tour took place last week. This is a program that is really unique throughout for Redlands Unified, and Redlands has been cited by LEGO as the school district within the nation that has implemented this the most effectively. So that's very exciting, and you can see some pictures here. But these are future engineers taking shape. That's very exciting. And last but not least, Michelle, you mentioned it, but the basketball game on Friday night as well, and we just thank the community and the staff and the home visitors who participated, all for being able to make great opportunity for more things for students here in Redlands. Moving on to a couple of personal comments. In my short time here in Redlands, I've learned some things. It's vital for the safety and well-being of students is the priority for individuals of this community. I've learned that individuals care for this community and schools in generally not best. This is common ground and a shared commitment and something that we should all be proud of. Sadly, there have been instances by several individuals over the past 3 decades that have led to valid questions by caring and concerning individuals. Information today can be tricky to navigate. News is abundant today and overwhelming for the average person to dig through and determine fact versus fiction. I think it's fair to say that both truth and deception exist in that information. I'm a person that will act with truth and integrity, and you can count on that from me. I have learned that the district has engaged in some exceptional and extraordinary efforts in the last 5 years to recognize past shortfalls and to remedy those. Those efforts are not yet complete, but the groundwork is set for evaluation benefits to the safety of children of how we can do even better and safer for students. There will be times when those assessments will be affirming and times that will show that improvement is still warranted. I'm confident in the leadership shown in this district to be committed to that improvement and moving forward. with values. Parents in this community want these things for their children from the schools and community. They want solid and rigorous academics. They want opportunities that expand interests and talents. They want opportunities for their kids that skills for their future, and can afford those things in a safe, secure, and respectful environment. As such, the community and staff can expect the following. We'll continue to build and safeguard protections for students. We'll abide by law and statute. We'll respect parents as the first and most important educator for their child. And above all,
If you're really
treat
doing
every
that, you
individual
wouldn't try and
student
trans the
with dignity.
kids.
Lastly, I have also learned you have a special community here, and I see why you care deeply. And I'm confident in the direction I have seen in the leadership of this district and the direction it's headed. I'll be committed to building the common ground for those shared commitments that the students of Redlands deserve, even though it would just be for a couple of months. But I'm proud and honored and privileged to be here. Thank you.
We will now continue with the superintendent's recommendations. First up is the consent items under business services. Mr. Hill, do you have any changes or additions?
I think no changes or additions.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item A, consent items B through K? Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Patty. Any discussion?
The question I just found out. Betty, are you here? Is there a preference?
I shouldn't forget.
Because all our students, they're on that program where all our students get free breakfast and lunch, why do we have to keep track of this? Do we still need to keep track of all of the CalWorks and all that?
Okay. Thank you. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries aye and so ordered. There are no business services action items, and we'll get to ed services. Moving on to consent items under educational services. Dr. Wagner, do you have any changes or additions?
Thank you, President. I think I have no changes.
Can I get a motion to approve item A, consent items B through D?
Second.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Alex. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Carries aye and so ordered. Move on to educational services action items. Approve all items, all consent items as detailed in items 14 through 14D. Sorry, okay, educational services action items. Yes, okay. Adopt resolution number 33, 2022-2023, Day of the Teacher, May 10th, 2023. District supported this designated Day of the Teacher by California legislature. It's a visible statement that we acknowledge and thank teachers for their dedication to professional lives to our children. This year's theme is California Educator, planting seeds, inspiring students, and future educators. Can I get a motion? I believe that was Michelle and Patty. Any discussion?
I have a question. Is it okay with the board if we actually regulate
Oh, Amber!
You are free to.
Amber likes to post people's cars, license plates on Twitter. She likes to post children too. She's a weirdo.
Somebody stop her, please.
People need to know who they are.
Yes.
No, there's a First Amendment in America here. Can't stop people from speaking.
And whereas eminently qualified teachers are needed for the schooling of a well-educated citizen.
When y'all,
Whereas the free public education available to all Americans is essential to this nation's
People need to know who pedophiles are.
Aw, do you need me to pose? Here, hold on. Get my shirt. 2 genders and a whole bunch of mental illness. Yeah. I hope you guys are out here against the sexual acts happening in the school district. And not for your guys' selfish reasons.
And bullying against children.
Hello.
Children's lives matter. Yes, they do.
I'm also here against gender transitioning children.
We should be teaching not sexual orientation.
Resolution number 34.
The sexual abuse is a stop in this district.
Education Support Professionals Day, May 16, 2023. District Superintendent's designated Educational Support Professionals Day by California Legislature makes a visible statement that we acknowledge and appreciate the work our education support professionals do to keep our schools safe, healthy, and running smoothly. Thank you. All right. Discussion. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Where's the
Are you familiar with Tracy Lowenthal?
No, who is that?
I'm very familiar with her. She is a child gender transitioning surgeon who's been operating in Redlands since at least 2001.
Really?
I've met. She hates me. I go to like city council meetings. She always speaks at city council meetings about trans kids. I'd like to find her address and protest outside her clinic. Yes, look into her.
Yeah, I definitely will. Thank you. Tracy what?
Tracy Lowenthal.
Uh-oh, she's on the move. Her camera.
Education Support Professionals Day by the California Legislature.
Uh-oh.
Whereas the observance is an opportunity to thank education support professionals for dedicating their professional lives to our children. And whereas the occasion is not only a chance to honor education support professionals, but to encourage more young people to plan careers in education. And whereas the board urges members of the community to let education support professionals know how much their hard work and dedication is appreciated.
Thank you, Jim. May I call for the vote? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Chair votes aye, so ordered. Item C, read approve the stipulated expulsion regarding student 2022-2023-030 expulsion for the remainder of the second semester for the 2022-2023 school year and all of the first semester for the 2023-2024 school year.
I read it looked like that. You're okay with that?
Thank you, Alex. Jim, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Chair votes aye and so ordered. Moving on to consent items under human resources and items B and email help, we will now be approving consent items B through 8E. Dr. Robinson Phillips, do you have any other changes or additions?
No changes or additions this evening. Thank you.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve items A, consent items B through 8E? Second. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Michelle.
I'm not doing anything. You're putting children at risk of committing suicide more by doing this. By being
Not true.
Do you think it's funny?
Actually, it's actually.
You think it's funny, huh?
Actually, the suicide rates among children.
As a young kid and regret it, and they don't have anything else. Especially like women, they can't bear children once they transition as a child.
The suicide rates among children are highest after they transition than before.
And then an 18-year-old boy just died because the doctor tried to put a vagina on him.
Oh yeah, that was in the Netherlands.
So you telling me is that okay for children to die? Really? To get confused? You think it's funny?
Just so you all know, when a man gets bottom surgery, they used to cut his penis off. Now they just slice it down the middle. They still cut your testicles off. You can't use it for sex or even to go to the bathroom. So what they do is they stick a catheter through your stomach. Is that what you want for children? Like, who wants that for a life?
Yeah, I didn't even know that part. I didn't either.
I found that out last week.
Wow.
I've been watching videos on it. Also, when a woman has bottom surgery, not just top where they remove the breast, but bottom surgery, they take out her uterus like if she had uterine cancer, and then they take off a piece of flesh from her thigh or her back. Sometimes they take out lining from her stomach to create a fake penis. How can you not call this body mutilation?
Yeah, it is. It's sad.
We have no discussion items, so we'll move on to public participation.
Oh, no.
And we will be moving on to the community input portion of the agenda. This is the time that any member of the public may address the board on anything that falls under the jurisdiction of the Board of Education, provided the person submits a completed registration card to the clerk of the board and or his or her designee prior to the public participation. This is not meant to be a debating period. Complaints and problems relating to policy matters will be referred to the superintendent. The board wishes to address, the person wishing to address the board shall, when recognized by the chairperson of the board, step up to the podium and announce their name. The chairperson shall limit the amount of time that a member of the public may use to addressing the board to 3 minutes, unless the chairperson or a majority of the board determines that a different limit is appropriate. So I'm going to go ahead and read off the first name, and then I'm going to go ahead and offer a second name so that that person knows that they're up next. All right, first up we have Paula Reddy, and following Paula we have Kathleen Brennan.
I was a parent of 2 kids who went through Redlands Unified School District and graduated from RED. And now I'm the grandparent of 3 students of Redlands School District, ages 12, 9, and 4. The mere existence of these clubs provides a safe environment for individuals to meet collectively with their fellow students and share something crucially important to them. The numbers of teenagers who do not have support of their family, friends, and their schools who self-injure is just absolutely staggering. Dwayne Kellum is the faculty advisor at RED for the Pride Club, and I'm very grateful to him and his service and others like him who step up and provide safety to these kids and their support as well. The haters of the LGBTQ plus community do not speak for me, my daughter, and my grandchildren. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. Up next we have Kathleen Brennan. I apologize if that's sorry. And up next we have Samantha Tratt.
First and foremost, thank you guys all for what you do. I said that before the last time I was here speaking to you all. We appreciate what you do, and then when you sign up to be on board, you can expect this. But I too am here in support of the Pride groups on campus, and Dwayne specifically. They're much needed. Former commander of the United States Navy put it best at his kid's school board meeting, because he too was fighting the same fanatics that have brought us all here together today. He reminded us that on September 11th,
We wouldn't be here if you guys weren't trying to trans
who wouldn't
kids.
even let a woman be educated, flew planes into the World Trade Center Pentagon. The same commander spent the next decade of his naval career fighting religious passions in Iraq, never thinking he'd have to fight here in the U.S. soil. Yet here we are. He also reminded those in attendance that our parents wanted us exposed to different ideas and viewpoints. They let the librarians and the teachers decide what we could read. Because they knew that having different viewpoints makes us stronger, makes us better, diversity makes us better. This commander, much like most of us here, will not stand idly by while religious fanatics and other fanatics try to impose fascism in our country. And I honestly don't believe that any of you do. Many of you know the CBS just released an expose called The Pledge of Silence, where they expose the real predators in our public schools and the fact that Redlands is undeniably the nation's coaster city for this kind of abuse, with over 40 million settlements with sexual assaults that happen in our schools. Yet these fanatics are trying to confuse and mislead folks into believing that LGBTQ community is aligned with pedophilia and grooming. And by doing so, they're taking away the attention from the real predators, which 99% of the time are straight white men.
It's not true.
I am grateful to belong to one of the greatest labor unions in the country, the International Brotherhood of Teachers. I am a lesbian, and I'm a proud president of Local 1932 here in San Bernardino. And I want all the LGBTQ youth in this room, watching, possibly live streaming, to know the words of our new General President, Sean O'Brien, to the LGBT community amongst our ranks and throughout. You are not alone, you're a part of the team. You're all members of the Teamster family, and we come in all colors, religions, ages, genders, and sexual orientations. None of us should cast Spider-Man to lesser than the other.
Jesus
Teachers
Christ.
have fought their fight since 1903, and not to stop anytime soon. We're here to support you guys, or call away, we support the teachers here, the Teachers Association, anytime, anything you need, just know that. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Kathleen. Up next, Samantha Trad, and after Samantha, we will have Matthew Keeling.
Hello, my name is Samantha Trad. I grew up in the Redlands Unified School District, and I'm a parent to children who are growing up in the Redlands Unified School District. I'm here today to talk in support of Pride clubs at all of the
Why are most of
schools.
these
It is so
parents in
important to
support of
have
this?
these clubs for a number of reasons. And normally I bring my kids to things like this. In fact, I adjunct at the University of Redlands,
Christ.
and I'll bring my students.
Lady, you should not be a
to things
parent.
like this. But I was afraid to bring them here tonight because of things that the fascist community, who we're going to hear from tonight, have posted on their social media of violence and hatred. Hatred towards people simply because of who they are, because of who they love, and it's horrific that we live in this kind of community. I am very concerned about the queer community being scapegoated by these people because of things that are wrong that have happened in our USD, as we heard on the CBS report. Now, the pedophiles who have been in our school district, that's a serious thing that needs to be addressed. But as the speaker before me said, those people are not from the queer community, and we know that. And having pride clubs are not a place where this kind of abuse happens. In fact, they are safe havens for students. And these students need those safe places. According to Pew Research, 1 in 3 transgender young people don't live actually only 1 in 3 live in a safe home, which means 2 out of 3 don't feel safe at home because of who they are. They need abuse communities, and they need teachers like Mr. Kellum who are there to help them be who they are in a safe environment. So again, it is so important to have these clubs so that these students can express themselves, and they should not be discriminated against because of who they are or who they love, and the queer community should not be scapegoated simply because of other things that have happened that is completely unrelated to the queer community. Thank you.
Actually, most pedophilia happens with
Thank you, Samantha.
within the
Up next
genders.
is Matthew Keeling, and after is Tricia Keeling. Okay, while we wait on Matthew Keeling, Tricia, do you want to go ahead? So up after will be Matthew, and then I'll call the next person after Tricia.
Hello. My name is Tricia Keeling, and I'm the mother of 2 Redlands students and a member of Safe Redlands. I come here deeply concerned for the safety of LGBTQ youth.
Why are most of these parents for this?
Jared Gustafson, the leader of the Inland Empire Liberty Coalition, has continued to terrorize Redlands residents. And now,
He's not even here.
he didn't stop after he doxed a school board member. He didn't stop after he invited white supremacists and bigoted terrorists.
I know
to our
Jared,
city.
by the way.
He has defamed and intimidated those who oppose him, including my own family. And now his attention is being directed at Redlands teachers, like the advisor of the Pride Club at Red, Mr. Cohen. This behavior can at best be described as stalking, from following student groups online to harassing them for having lawful conversations protected by the First Amendment and the California Dress Code. Jared has a documented history of abuse himself and grooming, as seen in the articles and book written by Ryan Ashton.
I don't believe
Jared
that.
also has recently, unethically, sought out testimony from RUSD abuse victims. He himself is a social worker, and he's supposed to be a mandated reporter. I find it deeply disturbing this man is posting these things online. If you have been the victim of sexual assault or abuse, please report it to a person of A trusted family member, a counselor, a teacher, someone you trust, not non-licensed professionals who are using these stories for their own political agenda.
Oh boy. They're really laying it
A
on
man that is
thick.
supposed to protecting children and instead is using their stories for shares and likes online. Creating safe and empathetic spaces for all students is the third job of education. LGBTQ kids have rights. Two, the right to exist, the right to belong, and the right to learn. And teachers who are supporting them, like Mr. Kellum, deserve our appreciation and respect, not the vile condemnation that he has recently received. Another thing I'd like to bring up is how disturbing that it is to see outside people who do not live in the community, who do not have children, who do not represent anything but their own right to money. They do this, they come up here, they get filmed, and they display it online to try to get money and donations. We'll see that again tonight, I'm sure, from members from Gays Against Violence, Frank Rodriguez. Thank you.
I'm not entirely convinced Gays Against Boomers isn't a Trojan horse.
Marcus Keeling, and afterwards we have Leah, no last name.
Hello, my name is Matt Keelan. I have 2 children in RUSD and live in Area 4. Like many parents here, I was horrified by the CBS piece on sexual abuse. I read about it in the paper previously, but hearing the testimony from the victim was absolutely horrible. And clearly more needs to be done to break the silence about the abuse that threatens our children. It also illustrates why sex education is so important, even at fairly young ages. Kids who do not understand consent cannot be granted by the underage are much easier prey for these sexual predators. One other thing I believe can help are clubs and trusted teachers that provide safe spaces to kids to feel secure while at school, like the Pride Club. The predatory relationships described by CBS were all heterosexual. They have nothing to do with Pride or the LGBTQ community, and is incredibly irresponsible for my ideological opponents to conflate the two and viciously attack a teacher who has not been accused of wrongdoing. This is classic scapegoating, taking a real problem, and instead of trying to solve it, connecting it to some group like the side they don't like, to gay people, transgender people, and Jews, whoever the group of the day is. This is classic scapegoating, and I hope kids are learning about that sort of behavior in history and social studies, how to identify it, how to spot it, and how to stand up against it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keeling. Up next we have Leah, no last name, and JB.
Good evening, board members. I'm coming tonight to speak to you about a few things in light of the recent documentary that was released. First off, to say I was shocked is an understatement. I heard about a few of the sexual abuse cases, but not all. There's definitely some work that needs to be done by the district to clean things up. Obviously, Redlands does not have a good history of teachers in the district if 25 teachers have been accused of this abuse by 55 students, both heterosexual and homosexual. Cases of 2 male teachers molesting girls that I know of, even one. Word is that things have gotten better since the now previous superintendent came in office, but if that is the case, then why is Sabine Roberts still employed? The documentary clearly shows this. I also have heard from many parents that the recent complaints of odd behavior by teachers have not been taken seriously. So I want to ask you, what is it going to take to investigate complaints? I also want to mention the recent binding class that was held at Rev High School. I want to start off by saying I have no problem with the LGBTQ club being held at school after hours where parents are aware their children are attending. But why did breast binding have to be a topic? Don't you think it's inappropriate to talk about breasts in the classroom around a teacher during lunch? Not to mention, if done incorrectly, could be dangerous to a person's health. So what qualifies
Shouldn't be done at all.
that health is allowed to teach this, especially if there are risks? Shouldn't this be between the child's parents and their doctor, and not at the club at school? And one last thing I want to say is, teachers do not need to be a safe place for children, except if a child is being abused at home.
A parent not allowing their child to decide if they want to be a different gender is not abuse. It's called parenting. All right? We
Yes,
all have
finally.
children.
Finally, we have like 8 parents in favor of this.
Thank you.
That's what school choice is all about.
Hello. My name is JD. I'm a retired firefighter and father of 2 ex-Redlands Unified School District children. I loved my career. I love protecting people I didn't know, and so protecting mine and other children comes very naturally for me. It's obvious the Redlands Unified School District does not share these views, as is corroborated by the CBS News article titled Pledge of Silence. I would encourage anyone who hasn't watched it to go to YouTube and type in Pledge of Silence. Sex abuse and cover-up. And please watch it. Matthew 19:14 says, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for they too belong to the kingdom of heaven." As a concerned father coming here for 2 years this May, the Redlands Unified School District is not protecting the innocence of our children. Welcome, Mr. Kelly. I'm relieved to hear your parents' first approach, as it's been parents' last choice in their own kids' health for the last 2+ years here at our USD. So it seems clear to me that massive improvement is immediately warranted to this republic for which we all just stood. Thank you.
Thank you, JP. Up next we have Jeanette Wilson, and after that, we have Christine Collinsworth.
I wonder if that's the city council clerk.
Good evening. It was very difficult to cover my concerns in 3 minutes, and I do hope you are open to ideas and insights from us. I wanted to let you know because some of us parents have been coming regularly to school board meetings. Many parents from Redlands have reached out through Facebook, Instagram, and private messages since the CBS documentary aired. So I know the problems aren't fixed. While many of the grand jury required corrections sound good, in reality some aren't working very well. So I know you hope that it's done, but it's not. To begin with, one of my concerns was the sworn testimony the Redlands Police Officer Pavero reported on June 19th, 2015, that Sabine Phillips was caught deleting information on her computer regarding child abuse in Redlands, and she's still here. Not only was it not reported, it was covered up. I believe she should resign. We need a clean slate to make the health and welfare of our children a priority. So my concerns, I also have ideas for solutions, but there's not enough time. I suggest a solution-focused work group. My concerns are these. Number one, a lack of transparency and too much autonomy at school sites. How are complaints tracked? How are concerns about the same person tracked, or concerns about the same school site tracked? An example is that I was contacted about several parents have the almost exact same issue with the same teacher at Lagonia Elementary, and they've made complaints. How is that tracked? How does any one of you guys know what is going on at an individual school? Secondly, parents are still not getting informed that their child is being interviewed about sexual allegations at school. I have a friend whose son just a few months ago was apparently interviewed at Red. She only knew about it because he had an unexcused absence, and when she called the school to find out why, the first person she talked to was just kind of beating around the bush. Then she finally talked to the vice principal, who explained to her that he was pulled out of class to be interviewed by an investigator about an allegation. Didn't even tell her that it was a sexual abuse allegation. Now, what if this child had a sexual abuse history? That could be very traumatizing to that child. Parents need to know what's going on with their children. and also parents not knowing where to turn after making a complaint. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, Christine Collinsworth, and after that, Erin Stepien.
Go.
Good evening, my name is Christine Collinsworth, and I have been fighting endlessly to protect my children in the Redlands School District. When I was here nearly 2 years ago, you locked a group of us out of the building and called the police on us. You tried to silence us, but we are still here fighting, and we will not stop. I want to extend a heartfelt apology for the 50 children and their families who are victims of the child abuse in this district. I am sorry that your innocence was robbed and taken away from you by those who were meant to teach you. I'm sorry for the way that this may have impacted your growth, development, and relationship with the world. I'm sorry for the mama and papa bears of those children who inevitably suffered alongside them. You deserved better. I demand the immediate resignation of Sabine Robertson Phillips, and I'm requesting that Patty Hollihan step down from this board. The district likes to emphasize their policy changes from 2018 and 19, and you treat sexual abuse like it's a thing of the past. But that is not true. More and more victims of abuse are coming forward, reporting to myself and others. We all know each other here. We all know that. They're coming forward, they're reporting to myself and others, just like the case last year at Rev. And that's an ongoing issue. That's right now.
Thank you, Christine Collinsworth. Next, we have Erin Stepien, and after that, we have Philip Rodriguez.
Let's go.
Good evening, Board. My name is Erin Stepien. I stand here tonight embarrassed by the lack of action and accountability by this board and the leadership of RUSD. The severity of the sexual abuse problem within the district was highlighted recently on national news. Based on the evidence in the documentary, clearly this is a systemic problem for more than a decade. My question to the board is this: were you complacent in knowing this was happening, or did you choose to just sweep this under the rug, like the other's name? Why did no one stand up to protect the innocence of the children you were elected to serve? Your role on this board is to put into place strong policies that benefit and protect children. Then hold the superintendent accountable to those policies. You have failed the students you were elected to serve. Listed in policy 0200 of school district goals, the very first goal listed for the district is to maintain safe, healthful, and orderly campuses which promote learning. Instead of creating a safe environment for learning and academics, RUSD has fostered an environment of internal cover-up and corruption. You have been exposed nationally as the district complacent about sexual abuse and exploitation by your teachers and staff. Your historic actions prove your negligence on this first district goal of maintaining a safe environment. Academically, you're failing these kids as demonstrated by your test scores, and you continue to show failure in keeping children safe. I'm asking the board to take a hard look at the policies and procedures that have resulted in the abuse of over 50 children and counting. Your lack of action and accountability is why this continues today. If any one of your family members were victim to these crimes, I bet you would step into action. I recognize there are many issues most of us in this room do not agree on, but I strongly believe that we're all united on this issue. All children should be protected from sexual abuse in school, and we do demand accountability, and RUSD must do better.
Thank you, Erin Stepien. Up next, we have Frank Rodriguez, and followed by Valerie Rodriguez.
Good evening. My name is Frank Rodriguez.
I know a lot of people here know me as a social media influencer, political advocate. I'm here as an uncle just trying to protect my nieces and nephews. I had the pleasure of speaking with Patty about a month and a half ago about something that happened to my niece. She was sexually assaulted, and it was a little disheartening the way that my sister was notified. She's sick, very bad, and my brother-in-law works 14 hours, so they can't be in this room, unfortunately. And so they have me here advocating for them. My sister was texted that my niece was sexually assaulted, which I think is highly inappropriate. I asked her what did she do. The principal did an amazing job of making sure that my niece was taken care of. I was just really concerned that we don't have a policy in place that helps teachers to be able to notify parents, because some teachers just don't know, and that's okay. But I think as a district, 24 hours the next day and text the parent when they're talking about Valentine's that her daughter was sexually assaulted. And I'm really, really hoping that the Director of Student Services was able to help me in that, Patty, but he wasn't. I followed up with him about 2 weeks ago to find out what the policy is. I have a lot of resources at my disposal. You guys are highly intelligent. I feel like this is a no-brainer to kind of Band-Aid fix or try to find some sort of bridge here so things like that don't happen to my sister. When you see things like CBS come out and you see behaviors like that with teachers and paint that on top of like the binding class that's happening without parental notification, these all paint a story that makes Redlands look bad. The binder thing, if you justify it that it needs to be taught, okay, but can you justify it with parental notification? This way, if parents need to understand, maybe they can join along too. But keeping them in the dark just fully supports what happens with like CBS reporting. And I just want to see these things distinguished, because at the end of the day, it's my 6-year-old niece that went through this, and my very sick sister in bed that had to deal with it. And I'm looking for you, Patty, because it's in one of your schools, and hopefully that help with your other board members to be able to find some sort of resolution here. Because it was really hurtful to see that happen to my little niece. So I'm just really hopeful that maybe Kelly, Patty, or anyone else on the board would be more than willing to find some sort of resolution here or policy. And then, of course, thank you guys so much for everything you do on the dais.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. No, I am very sorry about your sister. Hopefully, wish her well. Up next, we have Valerie Rodriguez, and up next is Alyssa Ashmore.
Good evening. I've been a resident of Redlands for over 20 years now. I'm heartbroken that the city we love is being used as the nationwide example of child abuse in public schools. 23 lawsuits that cost this city $41 million. But more important than the money are the 50 students who reported abuse, 50 children whose innocence was robbed from them by the very people who were supposed to protect them and instruct them. These children were entrusted to work for us, and you failed them. The district's so-called leaders without the abuse did not report it and even covered it up. And those same leaders are still employed. Sabine Robertson Phillips remains the assistant superintendent, and Patty Hollahan, the longest standing member of this board and the one present through much of the abuse, is still on this school board. After watching the documentary Pledge of Silence, I emailed all board members, city council, and still a huge amount of cover-up that is still being pushed under the rug. No answers to questions that so many of us concerned parents and members of this community have. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Alyssa Ashmore, followed by Ava Olson.
Hi, I'm a former student at Moore Middle School, and an incident that I went through is one of the PE teachers, Mr. Rand, he made comments about how my shorts fit me and how they're too short, how they're too tight. He also would, when I would walk by or when I would walk away from him, he would stare at my butt. And the only reason why I do know that is because I would turn around and see him myself, or my friends would be looking at me. Another incident that happened was my friend was helping with the away PE equipment, and oil got brought up in the conversation, and he asked her if she wanted him to rub oil on her.
They're really quiet now, huh? Really quiet.
Thank you, Alyssa. And up next we have Ava Olson.
State school Redmond? What about her?
Hi, I'm also a former student at Moore Middle School, and I'm also going to be talking about Mr. Land. At first, I thought Mr. Land was a completely normal guy, even though I heard rumors about him all the time. I never believed it because there were rumors about everyone, and he always seemed like a pretty normal guy. Until I had him for my 7th grade PE teacher, and this was when we were in quarantine. And I thought it was weird that the only time he made me turn on my camera and show my full body was when we were doing jumping jacks, and if I didn't do that, he would kick me out of the Zoom call. And in 8th grade, I thought it was weird. This one day, I was walking out of school and I passed the boys' locker room, and Mr. Land was talking to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have Pat Malone, please. Come over to the gate.
If girls don't want to be treated like
Is that Pastor? Is that JT?
Yeah.
To the
And the
gate.
next day, I reported
Can I
back
see the
to
name? Because maybe it's
Norris,
my handwriting.
and my mom
Pat
also
Malone,
called about this, and they made me write a statement about it, but they never tried like more students to feel comfortable at school. and, like,
Joseph
we never have
LeMay.
this stuff.
Thank you, Ava. Up next we have Ashley
Campos, or Campos.
Ranabauer, followed by Chrissy Ranabauer.
There's one more coming.
Can I go with her?
What's your name?
Leilani Corpus. She's 17.
It's up to him, but it's up to him. You come and ask him. I have no problem asking him.
I'm Joseph.
Mama!
You could go.
I heard part of your story.
Rumbauer.
Ashley's right here. Can I ask? Please, I want to see her.
We're gonna let you know who can go in with him.
All right.
Because really nowhere else.
Okay, roll call. We'll wait until those two come in, and then we'll move on to Candy Wilson. Candy? Yeah.
So do you know Jared Gustafson?
Yeah, I know who he is.
All that stuff that they said about him is not true.
Good evening. We have come here tonight after watching the grand jury testimony of that police officer who did actually watch Sabine destroy evidence of the sexual abuse in our schools, like other people have mentioned. Patty was also here during that period of time, the massive cover-ups. So like the others, we all recommend the resignation. We think that there should be accountability for these crimes. You know, none of the administrators that were involved in these cover-ups lost their degrees or their jobs. So I find that pretty unusual. It seems like someone should be held accountable for it. The rest of you, I feel you all need to get your act together. Instead of focusing on ice cream socials and sunsets, we really want to see some good work being done on how to keep our kids safe. The documentary concluded that RUSD had not learned their lesson, and as such, as evidenced by, I've had many parents and teachers me about this with their own ongoing stories. Why do the kids at RHS football call RHS football coach Glass a pervert? Why are the students saying he was caught with child porn on his computer and that he grabbed a female student's ass? They say he made only the girls turn around during squats.
Candy, I'm sorry.
Kind of telling that
Can you stop the clock if you're going to interrupt me?
I'm sorry, you just, the language is all. Okay. Sorry, I understand the language.
Okay, thank you. They say he made only the girls turn around during squats to stare at them from behind. Now, I don't know why he's on leave or why he mysteriously was removed from their website, but I do know that the school has still not informed the parents of his departure. This flyer was plastered all around the school. The one I gave to you guys.
Ashley Ranabauer.
And The flyer was posted all around the high school, and yet the parents still remain in the dark. And it says, free Coach Glass. He didn't mean to touch the girls' ASS, okay? And the janitors had to take that down at Redlands High School. You work for us, yet you ignore the issues we all request you address. 8 of us parents walked down to the district office and politely requested to speak with the superintendent. What did you do? You immediately called the Redlands PD, the sheriff, San Bernardino County Sheriff, the school safety officer. How dare you waste 3 valuable resources on a group of pleasant, law-abiding parents who pose absolutely no threat to you, and we never have. We have questions and waited nearly an hour for everybody to come speak with us. You all ran and hid like cockroaches. What brings me to mind the Rev. Principal Clary, who's now apparently vanished into thin air. Who's the new principal on campus now? Who is she? What's her name? Why haven't we been notified? You'll spam the hell out of us for digital storytelling, but when it comes to important issues, you're silent. Your current measures are worthless, as evidenced by the fact that they're not working. Everyone here can all agree on one thing, that we all want the best for our kids. And if your staff doesn't so much as lay a hand on one of my girls, I promise you, as God is my witness, it will not end well.
Up next, we have Ashley Radebauer. And then up next, we have Christy Radebauer afterwards.
About a year ago, Sprigio.
I'm going to get hello board members, my name is Ashley. About a year ago, Sprigio was incorporated into REP to report inappropriate activity anonymously. A student came forward about inappropriate activity and the animation teacher, between the animation teacher and the student. The student was me, but I want to go back to at the beginning of the 22-23 school year. I was a sophomore and really excited about taking an animation class. The teacher, Elrod Jara, seemed to be really nice, full of knowledge, and wanted to be a mentor to me because I was thinking about animation as a career. I was doing well in the class and was one of the top students. He then would ask me, he would then ask me to be an unofficial teacher's assistant in the middle of October. After that, around October 31st, I would be going to a friend's house for her birthday party. He would then reveal that he lived next door to my friend. Jara said to me that I should ditch my friends and go hang out with him at his house. After that, he started to message my Instagram account. It started out as a normal conversation, such as asking how I was doing and so forth. Then things would start to get progressively more inappropriate through text and in person. Jara would start holding my hand, getting me Starbucks and other small gifts. Over text, he would say how we should kiss and make up, talking about how he wanted a birthday kiss, and how we should watch a scary movie and cuddle together. He eventually wanted to Netflix and chill. From there, he would progressively get worse with his conversations with me, asking me the size of my nipples. He started to touch my legs in class and hold my hand with other students around, asking me to stay home alone instead of going on a trip. He even went as far as to kiss my cheek. Luckily, I was able to from Moore Middle School, or going to my friend's house. My friend and Jara live right down the street from Rev. I have panic attacks when I see him. No one from Rev has reached out to see if I'm doing okay. Nothing. I can't even talk to my counselor.
I noticed that none of the videos ever malfunction when people are advocating for LGBTQ+.
I have to schedule an appointment and my counselor doesn't even check her email. Okay. Let her talk more.
Let her speak. I was gonna let her finish. I can do without the outburst. I will absolutely let her finish.
Thank you. So she said further in her
Outburst.
letter to you guys, I hope you as the board have listened to my concerns. How I have a counselor that has not checked in with me, or how I'm not able to meet with my counselor. I've had more support from a couple of my teachers and complete strangers in our community than those that are in charge of my school. I want to encourage those that are victims and are silent to come forward and speak up against the sexual abuse taking place in these schools. She says, thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Ashley.
I'm actually up next, so it's okay.
That's fine.
So, for representing my husband and I and our family, we're just really disappointed with how the school has kind of just let go away. So, Ashley reported this back in, I want to say May or April, and then, the school is really great about coming forward and taking action. It was reported anonymously, but a couple kids through interviews came forward and said, hey, I think it's this girl. And she was questioned. She was truthful. My husband and I met with the sheriff in the beginning of May. Jara was arrested in June, but he posted a $50,000 bond and he's out. So him living in the community a few blocks down from Rev, he's out all the time. I see him on a daily basis out more. So the school is checking in with the child to see how she's doing mentally. I can see why there's a lot of kids with that have mental health issues that have problems because they're not being checked in on to see if they're okay. She has a counselor. She goes to her principal and says, hey, I need to talk to my counselor. And then it's like you have to go schedule an appointment through an email. Well, the counselor doesn't even check the emails. So how can she talk to a counselor? What's the counselor doing? Collecting a paycheck but not counseling anybody. So we have a problem. Our children are not being heard properly. I don't know what the counselor does at school, but they're not counseling students, And so it's upsetting. She has panic attacks. She comes home crying hysterically because she was walking with her friends to a fast food place and Jara drove past. I mean, this guy should be locked up. Why is he out? But the DA is dragging their feet. But in the meantime, she is trying her best to live, her best life. She's doing great in school and she's a junior, but she has her moments where she comes across this pedophile and he's acting like he never did anything wrong. So, I see that the counseling department is failing our kids. The schools are failing our kids. It's about time everybody steps up and protects our children the way they deserve.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kristen. Up next, we have Braxton Foley, and then after that, we have Pat Miller.
Guys don't do anything about it. Let's talk about it. That's what you guys do.
People need to know who they are.
We will not be silent. Right, Brendan Schools? Put us on there. Try to intimidate us. Yeah, Mama Bear. Mom. You can say, we won't have to allow. That's why we're here.
Good evening, school board. I would thank you for letting me speak today. But as you try to lock us all outside when we warned you guys that there would be a big meeting, and you continue to have it in here, even though you knew there would be more than enough people, but you kids and try to make it so that they can speak out. So no surprise there. But I think it's no surprise. The average person there's been over 50 kids that have been sexually assaulted in our school system. And we could debate about the LGBTQ books all day, but that's not what I'm here about for today. I'm here because there are plenty of kids, dozens of kids, the number one in the country, and we are being sexually assaulted and nothing is being done about it. The vice superintendent hasn't even been fired yet, and none of us have said anything about it, which is deeply disgusting, as she lied on record to a police chief. And acknowledge it or even acknowledge what she's done. It is deep in our education system. It is still happening. You're doing nothing about it, and it is disgusting. So I ask you guys all to please address it, talk about it, say one word, because you guys stay up there, you say thank you for speaking, and you don't address any of our points. I do thank you for letting us speak, even though we were outside, and I ask you next time to allow for a bigger venue so that everyone has the right to come in and everyone has the right to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Braxton. Up next, we have Pat Miller, followed by Pastor J.T. Greenleaf.
Good evening, school board and community members. My name is Pat Molnar. I am a 28-year veteran teacher at Redlands High School and a proud advisor of the LGBTQ Club GSA. And I'm here in support of my colleague, Warren Kellum. I believe that he is an honorable man. He is a man who has stood up for children who are bullied still, who advocate who deserve to have a place where they feel safe. I heard a parent need a place where children feel safe. That is deeply offensive for me. I believe that children do need to feel safe. I see kids in my English and French classes who struggle with feeling safe, with feeling comfortable and understood. I think that is the foundation of education. Yes, the district has had issues. I believe that is true. Those are two separate issues. It's like constellation, trying to connect dots that weren't meant to be connected. I believe that Warren Kellum, I want to say thank you for the board because I have seen you speak out in support of students, in support of diversity, and bringing together communities.
Guys, I hate that word.
We are not one religion, we are not one color, we are not one gender. We are stronger together.
Next up, Pastor J.T. Greenleaf, followed by Jermaine Miles.
In a private school, Christians have
What's the state doing but imposing transgenderism on kids?
I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
That's violation of separation in church and state, isn't it? It should be.
10 years now.
Trans in kids is LGBTQ religion.
I confess to being a little bit mystified by being here and feeling the need to speak in support of the club at Rev.
That guy should not be a
If you don't
pastor.
want your student involved in a particular club with a certain emphasis of parent or guardian, as I've always understood it, can opt out.
Joshua David Hall.
If I was the parent of a gay or a trans student, I would love them. I would
Oh, right here?
support them in any way that I could, and to find every opportunity, a place for them, beyond what they could feel in the family, a place amongst their peers where they could belong. I would do this because this is what a parent does. I've been an ordained pastor in the United Methodist Church for 35 years. In every congregation I've served, including the last 10 years here at Redlands First, I've endeavored to create space for people to find a place to belong. Belonging is something we all need. It is woven into our very being. By making space for the weary, the heavy laden, the marginalized, and pushed aside people in our world, I believe deeply that I am fulfilling the call of Christ on my life.
No, you're not, dude.
Our student population and families face challenges not seen in previous generations. I see these needs expressed week in and week out by my over 400 parishioners. The need for groups to help families and students navigate these challenges
Ryan Hamilton
is essential to their health and their well-being.
The groups that can form among their peers at school are critical to helping them find a place to belong. I do believe in parent choice.
Is that Robin Patide or Robin? I can't.
However, your right to object does not give you license to take the opportunity away from those who choose to engage, who find a need, and who understand the value of these resources. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Up next we have Jermaine Miles. Jermaine Miles, followed by Joseph Anthony Lewis. Good evening, my name is Jermaine Miles. I am a proud grandparent, 25 plus year resident here in the city. My daughter graduated from RHS in 2003, and I have a grandchild who will, in the next couple of years, be a RUSD student. I'm here for two reasons. Concern and the utter fear of everything that happened that was outlined in the sex abuse issues that have happened here in our district. They're very concerning. And I appreciate the words, Mr. Kelly, about the school district and the importance and recognizing that. And I think it's very important that we as parents continue to hold you responsible and accountable for doing something about that. However, I am also here in 100% support of the LGBT students, teachers, and all of the outrages and to try to draw the community is just
You might have got on board when I came up.
Okay.
I get down to Michael. There's Neto. Okay. That's where I got to.
Yes.
Joshua, that's you? Rod, you want next three? I jumped the gun.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll take them. They're still, that thing's 30 cents behind. So I still hear it talking, and then I'm like, whoa, it's throwing me off.
That's weird.
Guess it's gonna bounce off the Wi-Fi over there, then go to there. So the next will be Joshua. Is there John? And then Brian? Yes. Okay, so you guys will be, and it should be in the same order. Unless they mix the cards up, but sure. I tried to number everything.
Are we allowed to bring our phone up here? Because I'm filming this.
I believe so.
Okay.
I mean, don't tell them I said you could. But they say
I just want to
I think
know
you
because
can.
I'm filming this and I'm going to post it to my YouTube channel.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's a problem with that.
Okay.
Unless they say no, but I'm out here. They're in there.
You know, I went to RHS.
Yeah?
I graduated in 06.
RHS is, I've done a lot. I'm immuno supervisor, so I do a lot of work on all the sites.
You know, none of this was happening, at least openly, when I went to RHS. It's weird.
Yeah, I can't explain what happens in the world right now.
Also, we weren't trying to like gender transition kids, which I think should also be listed as a child sex abuse crime. Personally, I think transgender surgery should be outlawed for all age brackets, but if we are going to legalize it, I think we should raise the age limit to 21, which is the national drinking age. It makes no sense that like a 10-year-old can reassign his or her gender, but like a 16-year-old can't get a tattoo. A 19-year-old can't smoke or drink alcohol or chew tobacco, but a 9-year-old can get gender transition. That makes no sense. That makes no sense to me.
We did so good.
I have homework. I gotta go home. I have homework. I still have to go to
Very good of you.
Sorry.
A lot of people left at the same time.
For those who don't know, bonding, according to UCSF's transfer website, involves the use of tight-fitting sports bras, shirts, ace bandages, or specially made binder to provide a flat chest contour. In some people with larger breasts, multiple garments may be used. Binding is important because individuals may accidentally bite their rib bones or have restricted breathing if they bind improperly or for too long. This is why it is important to have a presentation on how to bind safely so that the individuals can still affirm their gender without harming themselves. It is important to note that the WPA was made up of students who voluntarily attended meetings. These practices and trainings are not forced on others. This all began when I posted on the Instagram story of the WPA club when we would be meeting and won on April 12th for binding. And like usual, I tagged our sister club Wildcats for Change and the official Rev Instagram. Like usual, they reposted our story onto their story like they would do with any other club who tagged them, which is why it was found on the official Rev page. Before the meeting, I announced to make sure that everyone was there voluntarily. All students who were in the classroom could have left the classroom if they felt uncomfortable or if they did not want to be there. For the safety of the students inside the classroom, I did not put up the whiteboard sign outside of the classroom that our club usually places to let other Rev students know that we were having a meeting. The meeting officially began when we were connected with a volunteer who was part of the RPYA. This volunteer went through a presentation with us on how to measure ourselves for binding and how to make sure we wore the correct size binder depending on the activity we planned to do. No one was touched. Thank you for your time.
Okay, up next, well, this next card is actually a repeat card. Unfortunately, only at any one topic. You may speak about as many topics as you like during your 3 minutes, but everyone is only allotted 3 minutes. So we'll be moving past that one to Joshua David Hull.
Oh.
After Joshua David Hall will be John Swanson.
My name is Joshua David Hall, and this is my first school board meeting. I'm not a parent, but I am a concerned citizen, and just because I'm not a parent, that doesn't mean I can't speak out in favor of parents' rights and children. I'm here to speak out against child gender transition surgery, which I think should be included under the umbrella term of child sex abuse, To me, there's no difference between the football coach or English teacher who abuses little boys and little girls and the doctor who gender transitions them. When a doctor performs gender transition surgery on a man, he slices the man's penis right down the middle, removes the testicles, and then because the penis is no longer able to be used for sex or going to the bathroom, they insert a catheter through the stomach while they create a fake vagina. For a woman, they remove the uterus like it has cancer, and then they take flesh from like the thigh, the stomach, the back, sometimes the stomach lining and the inside of the stomach, like small intestines, to create a fake penis. I've been researching this so that I can know what I am talking about in opposition of. Child transition surgery is body mutilation. It is child sex abuse. Both should be considered child sex crimes against children. And if we had any common sense, we'd outlaw child transgender therapies entirely because they sterilize the individual. Thank you.
Thank you. John Smith. And the next person on, this is also a repeat card.
The stomach, the back, sometimes the stomach lining and the inside of the stomach, that's small